So almost ready to get underway, and on the hill in this one, Tyler McGill.
They're going to start this one with the opener because of the matchups. Very favorable. I think we're going to see him empty the tank with really good fastball velocity to try to retire these first three hitters.
Okay, all set to go. And now for the Jays, Mlb The Show.
Mlb The Show.
And that's downstairs. And the home opener is underway. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
Wow, good luck catching up to that one.
Got him swinging.
Well, when you throw the same pitch back to back, that's how you want to do it. Set him up in the strike zone, then extend a little bit from there and see if you can get him to chase. Nicely done with the
early strike one. Base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive into center field. So that definitely felt good.
Anthony Santander at the plate. First offering, and it just misses.
One ball, one strike.
Swings through that one.
One ball, two strikes.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Here's Andres Jimenez. This one in the air, center field. Siri in position. Squeezes it, and that is that. Blue Jays held in check. Now the Mets will step up for their first shot in a scoreless ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at Citi Field, and on the hill in this one, Kevin Gausman. What do you have on him?
Well, the key for him usually centers around his ability to command all four of his pitches. I mean, he can get by with three if one isn't working, but it becomes a little tougher to keep hitters guessing, especially when you start to get through the second and third time through the order. So we'll see how he incorporates all of his stuff into this one.
Bottom of the first. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. That one inside. Ball one. Just missed. And that skips into dirt.
Thought the green light might be on right there, but maybe not. If you're looking to swing in that count, that's the pitch you want.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
Struck him out looking.
Well, that's a pitch, that slider from an opposite-handed pitcher that you usually see very well, but for some reason he didn't pick it up, and it just kind of got into the strike zone late. Gave up on it a little bit early.
Juan Soto now just missed. One down, base is empty.
Ball that's outside.
That one misses, and that's ball 3. Fastball for a strike. Swing and a miss.
3-2.
One out, base is empty.
I would throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially when 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Here's Pete Alonso. He was late there. Strike 1.
0-1.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Kirk puts it away, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Mets. Scoreless after 1. All set for the start of the inning. Now it's the right fielder, George Springer. McGill, the tall righty, 29 years old, and he was drafted in the 8th round back in 2018. McGill back to work. Right through there for a strike. And ball 1. Matthew Ross behind the plate. Pitcher's umpire.
Yeah, pitchers that work side to side effectively love being on the mound with Ross calling balls and strikes, Boog. If you can command your stuff on the outer edges of the strike zone, he will reward you.
And that one a little below the knees. And the count 2-1.
3 balls, 1 strike.
This one high in the air to left center. Nimmo makes the grab, 1 away.
Batting 6, the third baseman,
Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. Check swing, called strike.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
And there's a strike on the outside corner, and the count is 0-2. on the inside corner for called strike 3.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. You got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
2 outs, base is empty. So up next for Toronto, Davis Schneider. Looking for his first big league hit right here. Ball 1 there. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely, and I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
The 1-0. This one in the air, right field. Soto going after it. Drops into the glove, and that is that. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here in Queens. And now it's Mark Vientos.
Third baseman, Mark Vientos.
That's a strike.
Dangerous spot for that slider right there. Didn't seem to quite finish out front and get that sharp break. Tell you what, he doesn't want to throw that pitch again.
And that one missing low. Fastball is outside. Fouls one off. 2-2. And down on strikes. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Well, just excellent location on that inside fastball. Really locked him up. And as a hitter, it's not typically what you're looking for. You're trying to protect away and then in, so you can be a little bit tardy with 2 strikes. Hard to tell if he was fooled or if he thought it would be called a ball, but either way, that's a really nice pitch.
The 0-1. Just missed.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
One down, base is empty. Fights that one away, still 1-2.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
On the ground. Fires over to Guerrero. Already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2.
The left fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. Good power. Not great in the OBP department. Lifted in the air out to left. And that will end the inning. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Top half of the 3rd inning. Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. This guy, one of the best defensive catchers going. You talk about framing, the ability to block, catch, and throw. He is at the top of the game. Fouled off. He was late.
Really good athlete, and many times we talk about, the feet of infielders. This catcher as well, really quick feet. He's able to recognize the pitch, see the trajectory, and get into a spot where he can block those balls and keep them from going to the backstop.
Ground ball to the right side. Into the outfield, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
Miles Straw next up for the Blue Jays. There's the strike.
Really impressive with the way he frames, the way that he sets it up, because sometimes those pitches are off the plate, but because he sets up and presents it so well, he steals strikes for his pitcher.
And that is out of play. That's outside. And the count 1-2. Next offering misses down and away. Nobody out. Runner at first. Got him. Well, he's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Well, definitely a borderline pitch right there, and he didn't look too convinced as he headed back to the dugout. You know, those are tough ones to let go as a hitter, but with the human umpire calling balls and strikes, it's always going to be on you to protect yourself with 2 strikes.
Bo Bichette up to the dish. Struck out swinging his first time. That pitch in for a strike. 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Kirk, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. And that misses. And it's 1-1. Runner on the move. The 1-1 is fouled off. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going.
A little tardy on that fastball. Is going to have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. The shortstop takes the ball.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking it bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
In the air, right field. Makes the catch. 2 away.
The batter, the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now 1 for 1 with a single so far. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That swing so reminiscent of his dad. Lots of pop. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Soto makes the play, and that is that. 1 left for Toronto, and we are still scoreless. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And stepping in for New York, Luis Angel Acuna.
Acuna.
And that one upstairs, ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
Now 1-1.
1-1.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's got good numbers swinging at pitches in that location.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Right-hander kicks, deals. Swings and misses, struck him out. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Here's the catcher to hit, Luis Torrens. And that's outside. Ball one. One down, base is empty. Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. Still tied at 0. Last of the third. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
And now it's Jose Siri. Strike one.
0-1.
Two outs. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that one clips the corner.
That's excellent location on the fastball right there early in this game. If he can do that all game, it should be a good outing for him.
Up and in. And that's ball 2. 2 outs, base is empty. That's a little bit low. Francisco Lindor waiting to hit for the Mets. Draws the walk there, and that's how they get their first base runner of the game.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone. This might be a steal situation, but that's not your average catcher behind the dish. You have to be careful here.
Lindor takes low, second trip to the plate in this one.
Got a 2-out walk. Got to erase that and really go to work on the hitter. You got to go ahead and just let him steal if he's going to. Try to create the swing and miss and get out of this jam.
And you wonder, is he in his head a little bit?
Even if the base runner doesn't steal right here, what's great is that he is dividing the attention of the pitcher and may serve to give his teammate a better pitch to hit at the plate.
And that one hammered. That's back. Pulls it in on the warning track. Mets strand 1, and we're still knotted at 0. Start of the 4th, and now to the plate. Here's the Toronto DH, Anthony Santander. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike 1. Back when you played, it wasn't the empirical data we have now. It was a guy with a ruler and a diamond taking a colored pencil and drawing a line where he thought someone had hit the ball, right?
That or just going off of gut or feel. What does it look like his swing is today? What's the pitcher throwing? They are sticking to the metrics and what seems to be most consistent for that hitter, regardless of who the pitcher is on the mound.
The next offering misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. swing and a miss. Down on strikes. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Oh, really went aggressive in with that slider. Good 2-strike pitch right there. At worst case scenario, it's weak contact in play. Exactly where he and the catcher wanted it.
Jimenez in now. Takes ball 1 off the plate. Next offering is fouled back. That one missed.
1 strike.
That's outside. 3-1.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
One down, base is empty. That's ball 4. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Now batting.
And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. Fly to left his first time.
He might want to steal second in this spot, but he's dealing with a catcher that has one of the best pop times in the game. He needs to pick his spot very wisely.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Runner takes off. Comebacker to the mound. Handles, throws to first. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion.
Now batting. Third baseman, Ernie Clements.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Now the third baseman, Ernie Clements. His first at-bat was a strikeout. In there for a strike at the top of the zone.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
And that's outside. Line drive, that's a base hit into right field. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score, and it's an RBI single, and it's 1-0.
Picks himself up an RBI. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
And next for Toronto, Davis Schneider.
And there's one thing on his mind this at-bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
Inside, just missed. That one the other way. Reaches, but can't haul it in. Runner puts on the brakes at second. So it's first and second with 2 out.
A couple of singles back-to-back. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
And here is Alejandro Kirk. That one down the line, and it goes just foul. And that's in for a strike. The other way. Oh, great stop. Throws from his knees. And they get the out.
Making it look easy at the Keystone position. Definitely worth another look. He'll get some high fives when he gets into the dugout.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to go. Bottom 4. Here's Juan Soto. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. And that one is downstairs. 1-0.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power. But then if this hitter gets a strike or two on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
Backed off the plate that time.
Straighten him up a little bit.
2 strikes.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Pitcher having a pretty tough time getting that swing and miss. 3rd foul ball in a row.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
You usually are going to see that inside fastball a little longer coming in from the opposite side, but that pitch really got in on him right there. I mean, that's a well-thrown pitch. Tough to do anything with that in terms of getting the hands through and the sweet spot of the bat to the baseball.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. He popped out his first time. Just off the inside edge.
Well, Boog, it didn't take very long for Alonso to set the home run record here at Citi Field. He passed Lucas Duda for the top spot in June of 2023.
Swing and a miss. And the count even at 1.
From a pitcher's perspective, that's a beautiful splitter right there. As a hitter, you don't like it, but he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that splitter comes, and the bottom just falls out of it.
That one is absolutely belted. Straw going back, leaping, and it's gone. And this place is rocking. And this game is tied. It's 1-1.
Wow, what a clutch swing right there. And now anything can happen in this game. That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to circle the pillows.
Next to hit, Mark Vientos.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
And that misses. And that's ball 1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Fights that one away, still 1-2. 1 out, base is empty, and a run in. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Popped up. Guerrero in position. And puts the squeeze on that one. 2 down.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Here's Jesse Winker. First time up, he grounded to 3rd. That's in there. 0-1. And it's fouled away.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
Two down, nobody on. Fouls it off, still 1-2. And that one is inside.
Thank you.
Good job to fight that one off. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Ninth pitch of the at-bat due next. In there, got him looking, and that one split the plate. One scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. All even at 1 apiece. Major League Baseball is on the show. And we're back. And now the center fielder, Miles Straw.
Miles.
Love it here at Citi Field. You know, it replaced old Shea Stadium back in 2009, and Chipper Jones was really sad to see it go. It's actually the third home of the Mets since they started out at the Polo Grounds for 2 seasons before Shea was finished. Well, these Jays need to bring up the quality of their at-bats and specifically their swings. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
A little out front there as he swings through it.
Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have guys in scoring position because they put themselves there.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one. So the batting order turns over. And now for the Jays, Bo Bichette. Both 2 in this one. Bichette measures 6 feet even, 190 pounds, and he was a 2nd-round pick back in 2016. Just missed. That one hammered, but pulled foul.
Well, he's ready for that fastball right there. Really turned on it, hit it hard, had the distance, but just too much hook to it. So might want to make a little bit of an adjustment, let it travel a little more, and see if you can keep that thing fair.
Outside corner, got him looking. Vladdy Jr. stepping to the dish now. Singy, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
Next offering is down low. 2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. Laced down the line. This looks like extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for 2nd. In safely. It's a double and his 2nd hit.
There he is coming through with a knock right there. I like the fact that he can pick him up and put him down a little bit. First basemen aren't known for the speed, but you see him get that extra base hit there. Now he's in scoring position.
So runner at 2nd, 2 down. Digging in, Anthony Santander, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. First pitch just misses. Two outs and 1 in scoring position. And there's a ball.
Struggled a little bit in this one. A couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
And another ball.
Well, it's been a very impressive outing so far. His command has been a big part of it. Even when he misses outside the strike zone, which is exactly what a pitcher wants.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. And a strike in there.
Count it 3-2.
So now 2 on and 2 outs.
I don't think he really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow.
Now batting, the second
First and
baseman,
second,
Andres
2 outs.
Jimenez.
Now here is Andres Jimenez. Late swing, foul to the left. Down the line, and it's foul. Two on, 2 outs. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. And a swing and a miss. And he's up to 8 strikeouts in this one.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Back here at Citi
Leading up
Field,
for
here's the
Mets,
left fielder,
the left
Brandon
fielder,
Nimmo.
Brandon Nimmo.
Gosman back to work. Gets the call. It's 0-1.
Well, these Mets, from what we've seen, I think it's fair to wonder if they've been too patient at the plate. Sometimes it's a good thing, but today they're continuing to fall behind in the count, and that's adding a ton of pressure to their offense.
Next
That's a
offering
ball.
is downstairs.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That one just misses. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Love how he became a really tough out with 2 strikes right there. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
Luis Angel Acuna, the next to hit, struck out swinging his first time. Lifted in the air down the left side, and that's a fair ball. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Well, that's one of those knocks where you almost expect to get some jabs from your teammates when you get back to the dugout. Looped that one in there for the knock. Definitely got that pitch on the outside of the cap a little bit, but he made it work for him. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
And the batter now, Luis Torrens.
0-1.
And it's even up.
That's inside.
And that drops in for a strike.
1 ball,
Nimmo
2
over at
strikes.
second. Acuna on at first with nobody out. Foul ball still a 1-2 count. Next offering is outside.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
In the air, left field, down the line. Lays out and makes the play.
He takes a huge gamble right there. If that ball gets by him, the run
next,
scores easily from second, and the hitter maybe ends up on third. But a great job, excellent focus on the dive, and he robbed extra bases on that one.
Here's the center fielder, Jose Siri. He reached out a walk his first time. Close, but called the ball. And that's ball one.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
That one misses. Now 2-0.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
That one a little bit high, and that's ball three.
Oh, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if they'll walk you.
Toronto's bullpen with some action. Yariel Rodriguez up and loosening in the pen. Garcia, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. Next offering is in for a strike. And that one is popped in the air, shallow center. Infield fly called there.
Now batting, shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
Now up to hit, Francisco Lindor. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
And that's off the outside edge, and it's 1-0. First and second, 2 down. Last half of inning number 5.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. And that is the inning. So they strand a pair. We're through 5, all tied 1-1. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Kodai Senga. He's making his second appearance of the season.
Kodai Senga.
Here's George Springer to start it off.
The right fielder, George Springer.
And there's a foul ball. Yeah, that's fouled off. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Stretches out and hauls it in.
That was a good, hard fastball with some nice ride up in the zone right there. Hitter looked like he was on it, but I think that velocity at the end just beat him. Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, it's a pop-up and an easy out for the defense.
Clement, batting with 1 down, takes the strike. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Out towards right center. That's well struck. That's back there. Gone. Straight into the visitor's bullpen. He'll circle the bases. His first homer of the year. It's 2-1.
That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
There's a swing and a drive. Siri going back on it. Out of here! They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they add a run. It's 3-1.
First pitch swinging, and he got the fastball. He knew exactly what to do with it, too. Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
So 1 out, nobody on. So up next for Toronto, Alejandro Kirk. 1 for 2. Late on that fastball.
0-1's the count.
Next offering is fouled back. One down, base is empty. Started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, and he held back, according to Dave Lawrence. Fights that one away, still 1-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Just misses the mark outside the zone. Still only 1 out here in the inning. Inside 3-2 the count. Hit in the air out to center field. Siri snags it, and there's 2 away.
The center fielder, number 3, Miles.
2 down, base is empty. Now, Miles Straw. High fly ball, right field. Soto. And that'll do it. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 3-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Yariel Rodriguez.
For the Blue Jays,
And this is an important part of this
number
game.
29.
Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
Way to go. For the Mets,
And now it's
the
Juan
right
Soto.
fielder, Juan Soto.
Ripped on a line to center. And he makes the catch. And a quick out, number 1.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all
Up
over
next
it,
for the
but sometimes you hit it
the
too
first
hard
baseman,
and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Alonso in the box again. Takes a strike.
0-1.
It's been tough for the offense so far, but you can't get frustrated. You got to find a way to shake it off, go up there and relax. That's the only way you're going to be able to put runs up on the board.
He swings and drives one out to deep left field. Bangs off the wall. Around first, digging for 2. Relay throw to second, and he's safe. It's a wall ball double.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Put a pretty good swing on that one as he drove it out to deep left. Didn't quite have the right combination of launch angle and exit velocity to get it over the fence, but you're never going to be disappointed with extra bases.
1 out, runner at second. And next for the Mets, Mark Vientos. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
Sliced hard but foul. With the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the sixth. Swing and a high fly ball deep left field. That's back. Say goodbye to that one. And they tie it up. It's 3-3. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth. That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to circle the pillows.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Winker now at the plate. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Oh, 1 down. Fought off foul. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout.
The left fielder, number 9,
Brandon Nimmo up now for the Mets.
Nimmo.
And fires in a fastball at 95.
Looks like he sacrificed a pitch right down the middle for tracking and timing. Some good hitters will do that.
Slapped foul. Ball one there.
2 strikes.
Outside.
That pitch is out.
That misses. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That is the inning. Mets had 2 runs on this blast. We're tied now at 3 apiece. Back after this on the show. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Reed Garrett. This is his 3rd time out this year.
Number 75, Reed Garrett.
Bo Bichette getting ready to hit. 0 for 3 in this one.
Bichette.
Inside corner for a strike. 0-1. Movement in the bullpen. A.J. Minter, the left-hander, up and throwing. Young also throwing. And that one fouled off. On the ground to the left. And foul ball. Oh, 0-2 now. Just misses with that one. Battling here as he fouls it away. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th. Now at the plate, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Right through there for a strike.
Some hitters are just more confident if they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
All tied up here in the top half of inning number 7. That one finds the zone. That's strike 2. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Liner, base hit. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
So now here's the DH, Anthony Santander. A walk and a pair of strikeouts. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
And that's in for a strike. And it's 1-1. One away. Tie game. Go-ahead run stands at first. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. Now 2 away.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Now the Toronto 4-hole hitter, Andres Jimenez. That's towards center. Siri in position. And that is that. 1 hit, 1 left. 7th inning stretch time. All tied up at 3 apiece. Back here in Queens, bottom of the 7th. And here is Luis Angel Acuna. And that's off the inside edge. And that is ball 1. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
And a curve is down and in. That one fouled off. 2-2. Acuna checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. And he held up. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
That was a really nice pitch call for that put-away slider right there. Look at the sequence in that at bat, and he hadn't thrown it yet, so just makes it really tough to recognize and fight off with 2 strikes. I'm sure it looked like a fastball all the way until it wasn't.
So up next for New York, Luis Torrens. Slider right there.
0-1's the count.
Turned on, but foul wide of third. And a good eye there.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
We're going to take a look at the pitch sequence of that at bat, and the thing to notice are the pitch locations. Every single one of them on the edges of the strike zone, and as a hitter, that can be pretty frustrating because you don't expect a pitcher to be able to make quality pitches one after another like that. And so those are tough spots to do damage, and a great demonstration of pitch command, and it got him a punch out that time.
Siri in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. That's off the mark, and the count is 1-1. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
2 strikes.
Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Mets go down quickly. Still tied 3-3. Here comes A.J. Minter to the mound.
Now pitching for the New York Mets, number 33.
Here's George Springer.
A.J. Minter.
Top of the zone, and it's called a strike. Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets, Edwin Diaz preparing to come on if needed. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. And down on strikes he goes. First out in the top of the 8th.
Well, big strikeout right there, and maybe a little controversial with the call. I think he got a little bit of favor on the mound, no question about it. It's not exactly what you want to see in a big spot like that, and I'm sure there's some chirping going on from the dugout, making it clear that wasn't his best call behind the plate today.
And now here is Ernie Clement, and that's in there at the knees for a strike. One down, base is empty.
Ball that's outside.
Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
And downstairs.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
On the ground, right side, Acuna tosses to first, and that quickly 2 away.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
At the plate, Davis Schneider. He's already homered in this game. To the left side, but it is well foul. And now for the Jays, Bo Bichette. Splits the plate, and we're underway here in the home opener. On the ground to short, Lindor sends it across to first, and the first out of the game is an easy one. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. And Singy, I'm a bit surprised to see this many righties in a lineup against a right-hander.
Yeah, you're not the only one, Boog. I'm a bit surprised as well. And, you know, some hitters work well against same-handed pitching. You know, just back in 2024, Bobby Witt Jr., Vlad Guerrero Jr., and Aaron Judge all had higher batting averages against righties than they did against lefties. So maybe they got a plan after all.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the box now. No balls and a strike. Cut on and lifted in the air. Soto under this one. And there's 2 away.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
Anthony Santander.
Anthony Santander at the plate. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
And first offering is fouled off. That one missing inside. Pitch misses there, and it's 2-1. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. Well struck left field. That one back there, and it's gone. His first homer of the year, and the Blue Jays have the lead now. It's 1-0.
Always scary for a pitcher when a guy can take a fastball down the middle and hit it to the opposite field. No holes in a swing like that, and that time that ball was hit hard.
Here's Andres Jimenez. And ball 1. And a pitch. And a foul ball.
Some real good life going through the zone on that one.
Ball to strike. That one pushed to the left and foul. 2 outs, base is empty. This one popped up. Lindor brings it in, and that is that. But they're off to a good start as they pick up a run on this solo shot. It's now 1-0. And we're back. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Kevin Gausman. Chris, how about a scouting report?
4-pitch guy. He's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here, and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early, or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe second, third time through the order, and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your toes.
Francisco Lindor leading things off and takes a strike. Francisco Lindor at the plate. The Mets shortstop, originally drafted by Cleveland, and a guy with some serious power and an excellent defender. Just missed.
Outside.
In the air, left side. Schneider pulls that one down, and there's one down. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty of chances. There's nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations. You have to figure out what's your plan going to be. Maybe watch some tape from the last game. Make the adjustments. So if you get those opportunities in this one, you've got a much better chance of scoring some runs.
Juan Soto in the box with one away as he takes ball one. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Catcher tosses the mask, settles under it. He makes the grab, and there are two down.
Batting third, the first baseman, Pete.
Here's Pete Alonso.
Alonso.
Big time power. First pitch misses. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike one.
Ball.
That one misses. 3 balls and a strike. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. And George makes the grab. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the second. Now it's going to be George Springer. McGill back to work. Swing and a ground ball. And that's just foul. Just missed. Dave Lawrence assigned to work home plate in this one.
Good umpire, Boog. Very fair, very consistent. Now, I did hear some feedback that he opens up the outside corner a little bit on left-handed hitters, which, you know, for me, I'd be kind of salty. So maybe something to keep an eye on and see if that factors into this one at all.
Fans don't really understand the familiarity and relationship players and coaches have with umpires. I mean, you see them a lot.
Yeah, Boog, they're all out there trying to do their best and perform at a high level. So when you respect that, I think over time you can develop a relationship with them. Oh, really expanded the zone right there with that fastball off the outside corner of the plate. Got him to chase it. That's a tough one to lay off of because it starts close to you and just continues to run away from you in that batter's box. So it's a really nice pitch with 2 strikes.
Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. Out towards right center field. Siri sizing this one up. Makes the grab for the second out.
Batting 7th, the left fielder, Davis.
2 outs, base is empty.
Schneider.
Yeah, the batter now, Davis Schneider. Trying to pick up his first knock in the big leagues. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Siri sizes this one up. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. We played an inning and a half. It's 1-0. Back here at Citi Field, home of the New York Mets. Singing, we saw this team playing in the NLCS a year ago.
And some people were surprised they went as far as they did, but they had a really talented roster. In the postseason, you just need one of those guys to get hot, and good things start to happen.
Ripped to short. Bichette whips it to first. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
Batting 5th, the designated hitter, Jesse Winker.
Here's Jesse Winker. Yeah, Pete Alonso was that guy last year. It felt like he was hitting a game-changing home run every night.
And the rest of his teammates just fed off that energy, Boog. Francisco Lindor was absolutely amazing. Mets fans will remember his grand slam against the Phillies for a very long time.
But with that said, the only way for the Mets to take a step forward this season is reaching the World Series. Bounce to the right, but it kicks foul. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Reaching down, makes the
Batting
catch.
sixth, the left fielder, Brandon
Here's Brandon
Nimmo.
Nimmo.
Fell off to a great start. He's really cruising out there on the mound. He's got a chance to get through these first 2 innings with under 20 pitches. That could set him up to go deep into this game.
And that one fouled off.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field knock.
Two down, nobody on. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
In the air, out towards right center. Straw has a beat on it. Corrals it. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. Back here at Citi Field. And now Alejandro Kirk. Kirk measures 5 feet 8 inches in the 8th spot in today's lineup, and he's a native of Mexico. That misses the zone. 1-0. In the air, foul off first. Alonso makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Phil, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
And next for Toronto, Miles Straw. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1.
0-1's the count.
One out, bases empty. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with a fastball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
That misses the zone. 1-2 to count. And delivers outside. Right side. Sneaks through, base hit. So the 1-out hit turns the lineup over.
The batter, number 11, shortstop,
Bo Bichette up to the dish. That one fouled off. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
Absolutely frozen on that heater right down the middle, and that's a pitch you're just not getting back. Now he's in a tough spot, especially after falling behind on a good first pitch.
Takes it in for the out.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Flied to right his first time. McGill picks over.
No, he's
Strong back on a dive. Runner on the go. Pitching for a strike. Throw. Save. Check swing called strike. Strong stands at second with 2 gone. And that one upstairs.
That's ball 2.
Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Coming home. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they take a 2-run lead.
Comes through
Now
with the
back.
RBI. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
So 2 down, and now Anthony Santander. He's already homered here in this one. Up the middle, base hit. That was smoked through the infield. And now 2 aboard.
Now batting, the second
Andres
baseman,
Jimenez
Andres
next up for the Blue Jays. 0 for 1 with a flyout. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Two aboard, 2 outs. Next pitch is downstairs.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Here's a 2-0. That catches the corner. Traffic on the bases with 1 already in. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. This to center field. It's going to fall for a hit. Headed for the plate. He'll score, and it's an RBI single, and they lead by 3.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. You can't do much better than that on a pitch that far outside of the strike zone. Got him to chase on the 2-strike count, but he wasn't fooled. He hit that ball really well.
And the batter is George Springer. He's 0 for 1. Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball 1.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
There's the strike. Action in the Mets bullpen. Clay Holmes up and throwing. Two on, 2 outs. That's too low. 2-1. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. And a foul ball.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
2 outs. And that is downstairs. And the count is filled up. Ernie Clement on deck for the Blue Jays. Up the middle. Lindor whips it to first on the run. And very nicely done for the out. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors and a couple left on. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Blue Jays 3 and the Mets nothing. Back here in Queens, and now the rookie second baseman, Luis Angel Acuna.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning, get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Pop foul out of play off to the right. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
And now it's even up.
Well, it's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
And it falls. And a good start to the inning. Around second now as they still don't have it. He's not stopping, on his way home. Now a relay to the plate, and he's out at the dish.
Batting 8, the catcher,
Luis Torres up now for the Mets. And the first offering is not close.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
That catches the top part of the zone, and it's 1-1.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
Check swing, and he went. Going to count 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Stays alive. One down, base is empty. Inside. And the count's even at 2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That one drilled left field. And it's caught for the out.
Batting 9, the center fielder, Jose.
2 down, base is empty. Jose Siri up now for the Mets. Swing and a miss. There's the slider. And it's 0-1.
0-1.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
No balls,
Ahead
2
0-2 in the count. Sure, you've got 4 pitches you can work with, but throw something you can command and get this at bat over with as quickly as possible.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Nothing doing for the Mets. Still down 3-0. And we're back as we go to the top of the 4th. Here's the third baseman, Ernie Clement. Foul ball there.
Well, these Blue Jays putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. Looking at the numbers, they've got 4 hits when they're behind in the count. That says they are absolutely battling at the plate and just not giving up, despite what the count says. Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
And if you're a manager or a hitting coach, you love to see your team really fighting for every at-bat, every pitch. It tells you a lot about how they showed up to the ballpark today.
That's outside. 2-2. That one the other way. Base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the left fielder, Davis Schneider.
Stepping in, Davis Schneider.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
There's a strike. Swing and a miss.
Got to be careful here. This is the type of hitter that can punish you even with pitches outside the zone.
Cuts out it and misses. That's a strikeout. Ugly cut on the slider for strike 3.
That was a well-executed slider away for the strikeout right there. First 2 pitches filled up the zone and got him ahead 0-2 in the count. And at that point, you can start expanding the zone as a pitcher. He made him chase and got the quick strikeout.
Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. 0 for 1 so far. Right down to shoot. Strike 1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Well, the hitter shows the pitcher that he's willing to go after that pitch down in the zone. So perhaps he'll come back to it, still try to get that ground ball double play.
The 0-2. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Makes the grab, 2 down.
The center fielder, number 3, Miles Straw.
So up next for Toronto, Miles Straw. A single and a run scored and a walk. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Swing and a miss at a slider. Clement off of first with 2 away. Ground ball right side. Acuna. Over to first. That ends the frame. Blue Jays held in check, but they lead it 3-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom 4, and now it's Frankie Lindor.
Francisco Lindor.
And the first offering a fastball for a strike. And that's in the dirt.
2 strikes.
Swings and misses, and 1 gone in the 4th as they get the leadoff man.
Stood absolutely no chance on that slider
Now
right
batting,
there. And
right
I don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one. I mean, pretty much a perfect strikeout pitch. I mean, it looks like a fastball middle in. Kind of has cutter action, and it just bunches you up to where you can't get your hands through and the barrel to it. And not much you can do unless you recognize the spin early and you spit on it.
Soto at the plate for the 2nd time as he takes ball 1. That one off the mark, and that's ball 2. The Mets trailing by 3. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Tap foul at the plate. In there at the knees, and out 2-2. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. One down, base is empty. Right side, hard hit. Jimenez, throw to first. They get the out on Soto.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
2 outs, base is empty. Stepping in, the long ball threat, Pete Alonso. That one finds the zone, and that's strike one. A little out front there as he swings through it.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
And the polar bear strikes out. And the Mets go down 1-2-3. They trail in this one 3-0.
Now pitching for
The
the
pitcher
New York
on here,
Mets.
Kodai Senga.
Number 34.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Back to the top
Leading
of the
off
lineup.
for the Blue Jays,
Now here's the
the
leadoff
shortstop,
man for the Blue Jays, Bo Bichette. 0 for 2 in this one. Just off the outside edge.
Well, these Jays doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. The numbers tell us they're averaging more than a hit every inning, and they've only struck out twice, so they keep finding ways to put their bat on the ball.
That one in there across the letters. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. Foul ball. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th. Swing and a ball driven out to center. That ball's carrying. That one is gone. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. goes deep. His first homer of the year, and they add a run. It's 4-0.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Anthony Santander digs in now. He's already homered in this game. Right through there for a strike.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Next pitch is outside. That one ran inside, almost got him.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. This one smoked on its way out of here. They go back to back. His second home run of the game, and they add to their lead. It's 5-0. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth. back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
One out, base is empty. And stepping in is the speedy Andres Jimenez. On the ground, right side, and foul ball. Next offering is fouled back. Got him swinging. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. You know, when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Springer in the box again, takes a strike. Way out front for strike 2.
0-2.
The next pitch misses. Now 1-2. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. And the lead is now 5-0. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now here is Mark Vientos.
Vientos.
Gausman back to work. Swing and a bouncer. Sends it to first, and the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th.
The batter, number 3, designated hitter, Jesse Winker.
Jesse Winker, the next to hit. He's 0 for 1. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. That one pushed foul out of play off to the left. The Blue Jays leading by 5. Last half of inning number 5. That missed by a lot. And the count 1-2. That one missed.
Inside, ball 2.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Two down, base is empty. And stepping in for New York, Brandon Nimmo. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Ground ball right side. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. The throw is still in time. And they do get the 3rd out of the inning. Down in order go the Mets. Still looking at that 5-0 deficit. Back here at Citi Field. Now the third baseman, Ernie Clement. Senga goes 6'1", 200 pounds, and he was born in Japan. And that one is in for a strike at 95. 0-1. Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets. Ryan Stanek, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Young, a left-hander, also throwing. And takes low for ball 1.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Gets a piece and stays alive. And that's in the dirt. 2-2. And they'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. And there's one down.
Now batting, left fielder David.
So up next, David Schneider.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
There's a strike. That's in there. 0-2. And that skips in the dirt. That's down and in.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
We got full count.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. In steps the man they call Captain Kirk.
Alejandro Kirk.
Just missed.
1-0.
And look out, as that one ran in and got him.
No, Boog, I'll tell you firsthand, retired players, we miss a lot of things about playing the game in our playing days, but getting drilled by a pitch like that usually isn't something we talk about.
And first offering is fouled off. Kirk, the runner at first with 2 gone. There's the strike up high, and the count is 0-2. On the ground right side, Acuna tosses to first, 3rd out, so no runs, no base hits, no errors, and a runner left. 7, 8, 9 due up in the home half of the inning. It's the Blue Jays 5 and the Mets nothing. Back here in Queens, here's the second baseman, Luis Angel Acuna.
Luis Angel Acuna.
That one finds the zone. That's strike 1.
Well, these Mets just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite.
This one swung on and hit well, way back there. And that one is gone. So he blasts one out the other way. His first homer of the year, and they cut into the deficit. It's 5-1.
That gives this offense something to celebrate for the first time in this one. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
And now the catcher comes up to him, Luis Torrens. Line drive, puts it away for the out.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that
Now
finds a
batting,
glove, but
the
you
center
will get
fielder,
some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
So digging in, Jose Siri went down on strikes his first time through. Fastball for a strike. In there at the knees.
One ball, two strikes.
And there's a ball.
Two strikes.
One out, base is empty, and a run in here in the bottom of the sixth. On the ground, right side. Fires over to Guerrero. And that is out number 2.
Now batting, the shortstop, Francisco.
Back to the top of the Mets order.
Lindor.
Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Francisco Lindor. And the pitch is outside, ball 1. Two balls, no strikes to count.
After giving up that home run earlier, it just doesn't seem like he wants to challenge him.
And that's a little bit high. And it's 3-0.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
Next offering is in for a strike. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Straw right there to make the grab. And that'll do it. But not before they're able to draw closer with this blast. It's now a 5-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show.
Now pitching for the Mets.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new
Number
pitcher on the
55.
mound. Ryan Stanek.
Ryan Stanek.
So back to the top of the order. Bo Bichette now at the plate. 0 for 3 in this one. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Next offering is fouled back. And there's a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
These hitters today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
And now for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Late on that fastball.
0-1's the count.
Pickoff move to first. Bichette back, and they tagged him out. He's picked off.
Man, you're feeling so good. You just got the knock. You're on base, and then right away you get picked off. That's just a tough one to swallow, especially after leading off an inning with a single.
And that's in for a strike. And it's 0-2. Base is empty, 1 away here in the top half of inning number 7. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. To the right side. Toss to Alonso, and Guerrero is set down.
Now batting, designated hitter Anthony Santander.
Now a chance for Anthony Santander. He's already homered twice, the last one back in the fifth.
Just seems like he can't miss right now, seeing the baseball as well as anyone on the field. Now, I know the odds are against him, but who's going to bet against this guy right now?
Fastball for a strike.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, guys aren't touching it.
Clobbered to right field, way back, gone. And he's gone yard again. That's his third home run of the game. It's 6-1. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. He's putting on quite the show at the dish here in this one, and he's just so locked in with his swing, and he's just not missing right now. A 3-homer game, man, it's so special. And I tell you what, it's a lot of fun watching him pull it off as well.
So 2 away with nobody on. Now the Toronto 4-hole hitter, Andres Jimenez.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
And that's downstairs. And that's ball 1. And that one just missed off the outside edge.
Hey, doubled up on the off speed there. We talk about the power fastball, but he's working a little differently here.
Left field. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. Toronto extends the lead on the solo shot. And this is now a 6-1 ball game. And we're back. Bottom of the inning. And now it's going to be Juan Soto.
Soto.
And that one is downstairs. And it's 1-0. That's a little bit low. Next offering is in for a strike.
In this situation, you expect the batters to be a little more patient, possibly take until they get a strike. With that, you don't want to miss your opportunity to get ahead early in the count. He didn't right there.
That's in there. That is strike 2. Got him swinging.
You know, the danger with the slider is leaving it out over the
Now
heart of the plate and getting contact on it. If you're going to miss, you want to miss towards the corners, not in the middle. Right there, he does a great job with hard break at the end. He ran it inside. Very difficult to do anything when you're tied up like that as a hitter.
Alonso in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Outside low, and it's 2-0.
Notice how they're swinging too early or too late. That's a timing problem. They need to guess right on a few of those pitches, and I mean make an educated guess.
That one finds the zone. 2 balls and a strike. And that one is inside.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
And that one is inside, and it's ball 4.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally prepared, knowing that if it's not on the tee, you're going to take that pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance.
Vientos at the plate for the third time as he comes up empty there.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started.
Three-pitch
strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there. At least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
And next is the designated hitter, Jesse Winker. Fouled off left side. In the air, left field, Schneider. And that's the inning. Mets leave one. They trail it 6-1. And welcome back to the ballpark. New inning getting started, and it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. Stanek back to work.
Ball one.
Off the mark there. Ball one. Swinging a foul straight back. In there. And so now 1-2. In the air, left field, down the line. Nimmo makes the grab. One away.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
One down, base is empty, and that is out of play.
Very dominant with that fastball inside. Hitter's going to be conscious of that. Now you have the outer half of the plate to work with out there on the mound.
Off the plate.
Fastball is outside. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. They got it for out number 2.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the left fielder, Davis Schneider.
2 outs, base is empty. Davis Schneider next up for the Blue Jays. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. That
Ball
is
one, no
upstairs for ball 1. And it's fouled away. The 1-1. And a foul ball.
I wouldn't say the game's close right now, but it's not out of reach either. I mean, these guys really need to put up a 0 on the board just to maintain a little hope.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Two down, nobody on, and he swings over the top there. Gets to it on to first. That completes the strikeout, inning over. So they make short work of him there. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Blue Jays 6 and the Mets 1. Jimmy Garcia gets the ball now.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
Leading up for
Now the left fielder,
the left
Brandon
fielder,
Nimmo.
Brandon Nimmo.
Fought off foul. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
And ball one.
0-2 count. You got the opportunity to
One
expand
ball,
the
two strikes
zone.
to
Could
count.
get the chase there. Let's see what he comes back with next.
And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball. Luis Angel Acuna up now for the Mets.
Picked up an RBI in his last at bat. Still their only run of the game so far.
And that's too high. Garcia, a very difficult guy to get hits off of. It's really rare for teams to string stuff together against him.
He wins every pitch, and for a hitter, sometimes a victory is just fouling off one of his pitches. Unless he beats himself, somehow can't find it, doesn't have the control command that day, you can pretty much forget about it.
Line to left and foul ball. As a hitter, there's even more pressure to take advantage of any mistake, right?
Yeah, and you're hoping that, you know, somehow, some way, whether it's a hit by pitch, a walk, something bad happens, because outside of that, stuff is just too good to fail.
The throw to first, 2 up, 2 down.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk
Louis.
about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves, knowing that they can miss the bat. Tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Torrens stands in here. Tried to hold back his swing there, but went around.
And he's got deception in his delivery, and it's not that he's trying to deceive the hitters. He just has this natural flow that makes it hard for hitters to pick the ball up. It gets on them a little bit quicker than they anticipate.
Clement over to first. That's the third out. Inning over. Mets go down quickly. The lead remains 5. It's 6-1.
Now pitching for
We're
the
back.
New York
It's the
Mets.
top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the
Number
mound,
43.
Oscar Brazoban.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
And here's
Leading
the
off for
catcher,
Blue Jays,
Alejandro
the catcher,
Kirk.
Alejandro Kirk.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. Brazoban, 35 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. There's your strike. Ground ball left side, and it goes just foul. Bounced up the middle. Lindor on to first. And the leadoff man retired here in the ninth.
The center fielder, number 3,
Miles Straw next up for the Blue Jays. 1 for 3. Right through there for a strike. Activity in the bullpen. Clay Holmes getting ready to go. Young getting loose as well. Just missed. And now 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now one missed. Fights it off. He'll see another. One down, base is empty. And now it's filled up. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
That cutter right there had just enough movement on it to get the swing and miss. It wasn't a great location by any means. That's typically a spot that hitters can handle. So,
all right, ready to go here. Now it's the shortstop, Mlb Show. That's too low. And the home opener is underway. The pitch. On the ground, out to short. Lindor fires to first on the run. Pretty nice play there. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. And it's clear the most important job they have today is getting to the starting pitcher early and often.
no doubt about that. That's the best way to disrupt a game. But can they do it? Certainly something for us to pay attention to in this one, partner.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. This guy is an elite level hitter, especially considering contact and just the ability to hit for average. What you really like, though, stays in against those righties, and that's not so easy as a right-handed batter. Check swing, and he went.
0-1.
And that is strike one.
There's some players, for whatever reasons, they seem to just face a slew of right-handed pitchers, and their comfort level increased so much that they'd actually prefer to face that same side thrower in a tough situation.
Yeah, most guys struggle against the same side, whether it's left on left or right on right, and this guy's an exception. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. One out, base is empty. Good job to fight that one off. Swung on, belted. That's back there. And that gets down in the corner. Around first and hustling for second. And he's there with a double.
Everything came together for him. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Anthony Santander at the plate. That one finds the zone. That's strike one.
The count.
Guerrero over at second, one down. And it's quickly 0-2. The designated hitter. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him.
Dominating strikeout there on just 3 pitches, and that's what a good power pitcher can do to you. If he's hitting his spots, filling up the strike zone, sometimes he bats over before it really begins.
Here's Andres Gimenez. one outside. 1-0. Runner at second, 2 down. Slider clips the zone.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond. Just a tough pitch to hit, and not an easy one to throw either.
The 1-2. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Fights that one away, still 1-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Inside, and it hit him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch. Here's George Springer. Yeah, that's fouled off. And the 0-1. Inside, just missed. Next offering misses. Now 2 balls and a strike.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
High fly ball lifted in the air, right field. Soto settles under it and makes the catch. And that is that. Blue Jays leave a pair. Now the Mets offense will go to work for the first time. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here with my pal Singy. And starting in this one, Kevin Gossman. What's the scouting report on him?
Very solid starters, able to repeat his mechanics on a consistent basis, which allows him to move through a lineup and get deep into a ball game.
We go to the bottom of the first.
Leading up,
here's Francisco Lindor.
The shortstop.
You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Hit hard on the ground and up the middle, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Batting second, the right
Juan
fielder.
Soto down.
Juan Soto.
And that one upstairs, ball 1. And you played behind guys, and they love having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting-wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
That misses, and that's ball 3. And as well, lots of pop in that bat, so you combine the slug with really good defense. That one ripped right center field. And it one-hops the wall. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. Pretty much just a textbook double into the gap, and when you can drop one in there between the outfielders, you know you're making the turn at first. Just an excellent swing.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Fouled off. He was late. Runner at second, nobody out. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still finds a way to get off a throw, and they get him. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they clean things up for the out. Here's a Mets lineup now. It features a great veteran presence, Francisco Lindor.
Simply put, Boog, I mean, one of the elite players in the game, arguably the best player in the game, just an absolute unbelievable talent. Always so much fun to watch him go out there and do his thing. Sit back and enjoy the show, and hopefully he's able to do something special in this one.
Mark Vientos stands in now and watches strike one. And that one fouled off. That's off the mark, and a count 1-2.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
And that's down and away. Runner out at third, one gone. Spoils a two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 2-2 now. And that one in the air center field. Makes the grab. Runner tags from third. Relay throw home, and he's in there. And a run comes in to score.
Well, he's always capable of losing one over the fence. He might have just missed it right there, but a good job driving that run from third.
Designated hitter.
Here's Jesse Winker.
Winker.
Ball one low. Two out, space is empty. Hit on the ground to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left on. 1 inning in the books here. Back here in Queens, second inning set to go. And now for the Jays, Ernie Clement. McGill back to work. Climb the ladder with that fastball. It's 0-1. Just off the inside edge. Assigned to home plate duty is Ricky Holiday.
Boog, and something I've heard players saying about Ricky's strike zone is how he will call the high strike. That could be something that's tough to deal with, especially if you've got a pitcher out there coming at you with high velocity.
Way high with that one. Now 2 balls and a strike. Singy, what kind of strike zone is most frustrating for hitters?
I'd say off the plate, away, and down. And why? Those are the toughest locations to hit the baseball.
As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all 4 guys, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great.
Looking for his first big league hit right here. Swing and a ball drilled center field. He's got it. Out number 2.
Batting 8, the catcher, Alejandro.
Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. First pitch misses.
1-0.
And that one almost got him.
2-0.
Up the middle, dives, but it kicks off his glove. The throw won't get there in time, and the defense comes away with nothing.
The center fielder, number 3, Miles Straw.
Miles Straw next up for the Blue Jays. That clips the corner.
0-1's the count.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
On the ground. They take the force out, and that is the inning. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Mets 2 and the Jays nothing. Bottom of the second. Here's Brandon Nimmo.
The left fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
And first offering is fouled off. That's a strike across the top of the zone. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Just missed.
I think he wanted that call in the upper part of the zone, but just didn't get it. Now he's just trying to get a better feel for how much it missed so he can adjust his sights just a little bit.
And there's a ball.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
And now the count is full. And another power hitter lurking in the on-deck circle. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
A great back and forth in that at bat. He had to lay off some really close pitches. Somehow he found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
Luis Angel Acuna in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Ball that's outside.
Next offering is down low. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. Two on the way. That's a little bit low.
These first 2 hitters really making him work out there. Already 14 pitches this inning.
Swing and a high fly ball to left. Schneider has this one sized up and makes the grab. And there's one down.
Batting 8, the catcher, Luis Torres.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. Luis Torres. First pitch, and he just misses.
Ball one, no strike.
That's in there. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
One ball.
That split is a
two
pretty
strikes.
nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Some high cheese for strike 3.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more
Batting nine,
fastballs
the
in that
center fielder.
location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
And now it's Jose Siri. And that's way high. Ball 1. And another ball. Nimmo off of first with 2 away. Gossman throws over.
No, he's in
Nimmo
there.
back in on a dive. And a ground
Nope,
ball to
that's foul.
first. And that's just foul. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Goes down looking. Mets strand 1, but they hold the 2-0 lead. Back here at Citi
Leading off for
Field,
Toronto,
on to the
the
3rd inning.
shortstop,
Now here's the
Bo
leadoff man for the Blue
Bichette.
Jays, Bo Bichette. Ball 1
Counts
there.
1-0.
Late on that fastball.
He can live up in the
Got a ball, 1
zone
strike.
all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
Next offering is in for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out.
Well, just excellent location on that inside fastball.
back,
Really
the
locked
first
him
baseman,
up. And
Vladimir
as a hitter, it's not
Guerrero
typically what you're
Jr.
looking for. You're trying to protect away and then in, so you can be a little bit tardy with 2 strikes. Hard to tell if he was fooled or if he thought it would be called a ball, but either way, that's a really nice pitch.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And that drops in for a strike. Vladdy batting second in today's lineup, and he was born in Canada. One down, base is empty. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And gone! He sends it out of here. His first homer of the year. It's 2-1. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
One down. Now here's the switch hitting power threat, Anthony Santander. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. Check swing, called strike. Good eye right there. One out, bases empty, and a run in. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. And look out. That one gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one.
Well, a few things can go wrong
Now
when you are delivering a pitch. That grip, slip out of your hand, release point, wind up, all of those things. And I think it's safe to say at least one of those, if not more than one, got away from him.
That one fouled off.
Always tough to turn 2 on a speedster like this. It's even harder with him coming out of the left-handed batter's box. You really need something to hit hard on the ground that they can handle to turn 2 quickly.
Line drive, base hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away.
The right fielder.
And the batter is George Springer. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And they hold the runner at third, but the bases are loaded now with one out.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
So bases all loaded up. And next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. Golden opportunity right here. And that misses off the outside edge.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Santander, the runner at third. Jimenez at second. Springer over at first with one away. Line drive, and this might be trouble. One runs in. Another comes in to score. Runner around third. He's safe. And they clear the bases.
Well, that at bat had a lot riding on it. Certainly a pivotal swing of the bat in this ball game. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
One out, runner at second. So up next for Toronto, Davis Schneider.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Toss to Alonso. That's out number 2.
Now batting, the catcher.
And here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Reached on an infield single his first time.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
And there's a foul ball. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Caught him looking for the K. But 4 score in the inning. 3 of them on this bases clearing double. It's now 4-2. Major League Baseball is on the show. And we're back as we go to the last of the third. And now the shortstop, Francisco Lindor. And there's the strike. Right through there for a strike. Foul ball, still 0-2. Good eye in that spot. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. Way back there. Into the bullpen and gone. He made him pay for that one. It's 4-3.
Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
Here's Juan Soto. Doubled in his first AB. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes.
But you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the last half of the third.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Look out! And it hit him.
Right there.
He had 2 strikes on him,
Now
and
batting,
he hit him.
the first baseman.
Here's Pete Alonso.
Alonso.
A little bit high,
that's a ball.
and that's ball 1. And that's in for a strike. Fouled off down the right side. Runner at first with no outs here. Outside, and the count is even, 2-2. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. And it remains 2-2. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, great stop. The feed for 1 to Guerrero, and they turn 2.
Well, off the bat, we thought that was going to
Now
be a
batting,
single, not
third
a
baseman.
double play. Just a great job. Dives,
He
knocks
heads
it
up.
down, feeds it to the second baseman, and a nice turn around the bag. Really great job by those two.
And now it's Mark Vientos. Drove in a run with a sac fly his first time up. Fastball for a strike. And it's 0-1. Two outs. And a swing and a miss.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
And the 0-2. Just off the outside part of the plate.
Two the count.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That K is his third of the game. Mets do get one back, though, on the solo homer. It's now a 4-3 ball game. You're dialed into the show. All set for the start of the inning. And now the center fielder, Miles Straw.
Straw.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air, and it falls. And that turns the lineup over.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Bo Bichette up to the dish. Just off the outside edge. And that is ball 1.
Well, these Blue Jays showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Pitch count is pretty high, and they've plated 4 runs already, so I think it's safe to say their game plan is working out pretty well right now.
The shortstop takes the ball.
So they forced the starter to put in a lot of work, and they've been able to get to him for some runs. And hopefully that bullpen phone is working today.
And downstairs. Straw on at first. Nobody out. And ball 4 to aboard.
Base knock and now a free pass. This has the makings of a big inning if they can get a couple more quality at bats.
First and second, no outs. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. He's already homered here in this one. Way outside, and that's ball 1. Out to center. Series sizing it up. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down. Anthony Santander next up for the Blue Jays. He's 0 for 1. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
And I know you want to be patient as a hitter, but you got to be ready to jump on the first thing straight. And he got one right there, but left the bat on his shoulder.
That missed inside, and it's 2-1.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. He's under it. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's 2 away.
Got the pitch that he wanted. Just a little bit quick. Front shoulder open. Backside collapsed a little bit, and the launch angle not where he needed it to be.
So 2 down now, and here is Andres Jimenez. Swings and pulls it foul to the right side. First and second, 2 down. Top half of inning number 4. On the ground at first, and that goes foul. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. First and second, 2 down. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Fastball is outside. And that's a base hit. Strong around third. Here's the throw to the plate. It's offline. The run comes in, and they lead by 2.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Nice line drive to the pull side. Met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
And here comes the Mets manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Tyler McGill won't go any further. Got them some innings, but they didn't come easy. New pitcher coming on, and we'll be back after a quick break.
Now pitching for
the Mets with a new arm on the mound, Clay Holmes.
Well, they didn't get much length out of their starter in this one, so they've got a lot of outs to eat up in that bullpen. I think they'll look for some length out of him right here if they can get it.
And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. 1 for 2. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Two on, 2 outs. And it stays fair. Can't glove it cleanly. One run is in. He'll still come home with it. And he's out. Tried to score in the error, but instead the third out, and the inning is over. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We're midway in the 4th. It's the Blue Jays 6 and the Mets 3. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Chambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Jesse Winker. And first offering is fouled off. In the air, left field. Schneider under it. Nabs it. And there's one away.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning,
Now
anything
batting,
after
the left
that,
fielder,
a hitter or
Brandon.
2 is bonus. But they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Nimmo
Inside,
takes a
ball
ball
one.
as he stands in for the second time. There's the strike at the knees.
Ball. 2 balls.
Base is
1
empty,
strike.
1 away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And that's through there for a strike. 2-2 now. Swing and a high fly ball left field. 2 away now.
The batter, number 2, second baseman,
Luis Angel Acuna up now for the Mets.
Acuna.
And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1. Hit in the air, center field. Straw has a beat on it. And that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for him there. We played 4. It's the Blue Jays 6 and the Mets 3. Back here in Queens. Here's the third baseman, Ernie Clement. And that's in for a strike.
Well, these Jays really impressing me with the quality of their bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Here's a 1-1. He swings and hits a fly ball, center field. And that'll fall for a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Now batting, the left fielder.
Here's the left fielder, Davis Schneider. 0 for 2 in this one. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
0-1.
Nobody out, runner at first. That one finds the zone, and that's strike 2.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
Swings and misses, struck him out. Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Nimmo has a beat on it. He's there. He's got it. That's out number 2. Miles Straw next up for the Blue Jays.
The center fielder, number 3, Miles straw.
At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Now the throw to first on the run. They get the out, and that'll do it. Back here at Citi Field, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the catcher, Luis Torrens. Gosman back to work. Torrens tries to hold up, appeal to first, and he went around. That's ruled a swing. Fastball is outside. That's in for a strike on the outside corner. 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. The 1-2. That one missed.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Got him. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
Now
and next for the Mets, Jose Siri. Struck out looking his first time. That one's in there. Strike one. The Mets trailing by 3. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes.
No balls,
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
That one not close. And the count is 1-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Up next for the
So the
Mets,
batting order
the
turns over.
shortstop,
Here's the shortstop at the plate. Francisco Lindor. He's already homered in this game. Check swing, called strike.
Not sure if he could be in more of a groove. Looks really relaxed. He's retired 7 straight. This guy's feeling it right now.
The shortstop takes the ball. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Stays alive. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Top of the 6th inning, and the batter will be the shortstop, Bo Bichette. Holmes, 31 years old, and he was a 9th-round draft pick back in 2011. And a strike on the outside corner at 95. And that drops in for a strike. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And now for the
Up next
Jays,
for the Blue
Vladimir
Jays,
Guerrero
the first baseman,
Jr. He's got the
Vladimir
power,
Guerrero
but
Jr.
great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. Right through there for a strike.
Well, they say it's the best pitch in baseball. Strike one. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives you a little bit more confidence to move through the at-bat.
That one the other way. Nice grab. And now to the plate, here's the Toronto DH,
Up next for the
Anthony
Blue Jays, the
Santander.
designated hitter, Anthony Santander.
Just missed. He swings and fouls one off. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Next pitch, a slider that misses outside. Just off the inside edge.
That's a good miss off the inside part of the plate. You'd much rather miss there than out over the plate, where this guy could do some real damage.
Fly ball down the line. Soto makes the catch, and that'll do it. Bottom of the 6th inning, and now it's Juan Soto. That one finds the zone. That's strike one. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Here's the 0-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along. Yariel Rodriguez taking over on the mound.
Number 29.
Still a lot of game left, and this game
Yariel
could go either way.
Rodriguez.
So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
In steps the polar bear, Pete Alonso. That one's in there, 0-1.
No need to offer at that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. Schneider settles underneath it. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 down. Mark Vientos up now for the Mets.
Good pitch. He just kind of had him out in front on that pitch away and wasn't able to stay closed.
Outside.
No strikes.
Ground ball, Vlad Jr. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. And we're back.
Leading
Top
off
of
for
inning
Toronto,
number
the
7.
second
And now the
baseman,
Toronto
Andres
cleanup hitter, Andres Jimenez. Breaking ball misses down and away. Just missed. There's the strike.
2-1.
Next offering is fouled back. Not close with that one, and the count's full. Battling here as he fouls it away. Struck him out looking.
The right fielder.
And now the right fielder, George Springer. And first offering is fouled off. Base is empty, one away. Here in the top half of inning number 7. And 1-2.
2 strikes.
Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Lindor. And 2 away to start the 7th. And next for Toronto, Ernie Clement.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the third baseman, Ernie Clement.
Foul ball there. Up the middle, into the outfield, base hit. And that extends the inning.
Now batting, left fielder, Davis Schneider.
Davis Schneider next up for the Blue Jays. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Check swing, called strike. Clement leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Next offering is fouled back. And that just misses. See ya. Strikes it out for the second time today. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now the DH, Jesse Winker.
Jesse Winker.
Top of the zone, and it's called a strike.
0-1's the count.
And that's outside.
That ball went out.
And a foul ball, he stays alive.
2-2 the count.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Just misses with that one. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
No, very close with the location right there. It's just tough to get
The
rewarded
left
on the
fielder,
call with pitches near the
Brandon
top of the strike zone.
Nimmo.
Brandon Nimmo up now for the Mets. Here's a high chopper, and that chance handled. On to first, and 1 away in the bottom of the 7th.
That play won't be trending on social media later on,
Now
but it's
back,
still
second
important to
baseman,
execute it to
Louis
perfection.
John
This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
Acuna, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1.
Look, it looked like that curveball backed up on him, and although it's a mistake, it works out really good for the pitcher. The hitter has timed it up, expects it to be to a certain spot, and it just doesn't get there.
Going to count 1-2.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
On the ground right side. Jimenez throw to first. 2 out.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Torrens up for the 3rd time here. Watches that one miss. Two outs and one in scoring position. Next pitch is outside.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Here's a 2-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Next offering is downstairs. Swings and misses. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Pitching for the
Welcome
Mets,
back, and a new arm on the mound to
number
start the 8th.
55.
Ryan Stanek.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Now the catcher
Leading off
up
for the
to
Blue
hit.
Jays,
Alejandro
the catcher,
Kirk.
Alejandro
1 for 3.
Kirk.
Just missed.
Running that good fastball up on the hitter's inside. If nothing else, it keeps him from diving out over the plate to get those arms extended on the pitch away.
And another ball. That one almost got him.
Inside.
Pop foul out of play off to the right. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. And he grounds one to the right side. And foul ball. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Miles Straw next up for the Blue Jays.
Now batting, the center fielder, Miles Straw.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
He doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Torrens pulls it down. 2 down. 2 down, base is empty. Bo Bichette next up for the Blue Jays. 0 for 3 in this one. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Snags it on the run. And that'll do it.
Pitching for
Back
the Blue
now,
Jays,
new pitcher on the mound as we roll into
number
the bottom of the
57.
8th. Chad Green.
Chad
This is his 5th appearance of the year. Siri in the box for the 3rd time today as he takes that one off the plate. Next offering is in for a strike.
Big at bat right here. He did the team thing, took until he got a strike. Now he's got to go to work, shorten up that swing a little bit, do whatever it takes to get on base.
And that's a strike.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the ninth with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
Next offering upstairs. He goes down looking. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate.
Francisco Lindor.
And first offering is fouled off. Out to short. Tosses to first. 2 up, 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty.
Now
the number 2 hitter, Juan Soto.
Soto.
At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
I think he was sitting off speed right there because he just let the fastball go by.
That one pushed to the left and foul. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Misses inside. Now 1-2. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. And that is that.
Now pitching for the New York
We're
Mets.
back. It's the top of the ninth. And
Number
there's a new pitcher on the
43.
mound. Huascar Brazoban. He's making his 4th appearance of the season. Guerrero, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1. He's a bullpen arm that keeps the ball in the ballpark. But obviously, out of the bullpen, you're looking to limit home runs.
Yeah, and that's why he's such a high leverage arm. Just doesn't matter for him. He looks at attacking the zone and attacking hitters regardless of the situation.
Just missed. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. And in one hops the wall. Now he turns and heads for second. The relay, safe. And that's his 3rd hit.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one.
Now
When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Next to hit, Anthony Santander. Right through there for a strike. Next offering is fouled back. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here at the top of the ninth. And they'll do it again. And he hits a ground ball right side. Throws to first. Now 1 gone in the 9th. Now the Toronto 4-hole hitter, Andres Jimenez.
I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone here. Pitcher's looking for a strikeout or a ground ball, hoping to keep that runner at 3rd.
And first offering is fouled off. And he pumps it a strike.
Wow, that's 89 on the gun, and it's a changeup. It's like good hitting if you're looking for it, but because of the speed differential between...
That's hard hit on the line. Squeezes it. Runner tags for home. That's a sacrifice fly as he comes across, and they're up by 4.
George.
2 down, bases empty. Digging in, George Springer. Swinging a foul straight back. Two down, nobody on. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
That's a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Swing and a miss. Had him out front for the strike. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth. Jimmy Garcia.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Foul ball. Garcia, 34-year-old vet. He joined the team as a free agent.
Hey, 2.
Outside low. Ball 1. Way high.
Oh, that's high.
Pitch misses. 3-2 now. Dives and he can't hang on. No throw, and he reaches safely.
He was all over that one. Fielder got a piece of it, but the way that thing came off the bat, no surprise at all. He couldn't pick it cleanly. It's a very difficult play, and that swing definitely was deserving of a hit.
Alonso aboard here at first with nobody out. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Had him out
Now
front for strike 3.
Designated hitter.
He's 2 outs away. Next is the designated hitter, Jesse Winker. And that one pulled foul. That's outside.
1 strike.
And 1-1.
That's ball 2.
In the dirt, but kept close. Tag, safe at second. And good hustle to move up. That's a wild pitch. This one popped up. And there's 2 down. So last chance for the Mets. Brandon Nimmo getting ready to hit. And that misses. And it's 1-0.
2-0.
Just missed. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
He did not take the bat off his shoulder.
Here comes the closer here in the ninth, Jeff Hoffman.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And One of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Acuna at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one. Next offering is fouled back. 2 on, 2 outs. Swing and a ground ball, and it goes just foul. Hoffman is just 1 strike away. Pitch misses, and the count 1-2. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
When you win 5 in a row, the confidence just goes to another level, and you start to gain this momentum, and you think that you're never going to lose a game again because things are clicking up and down the lineup.